Hey guys, how's it going? Pawinn here. Welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you guys here. So I'm here reporting at Road America. I'm here with our team driver, Kevin Boehm, and his wife, Sharon. Basically, we've taken a 9-hour drive all the way from Marysville, Ohio, all the way to the track. And we're so glad we made it for the very last track mod time attack session. Now that it's wrapped up for the day, I'm gonna head back to the paddocks, and I'm excited to meet back with Kevin and to prepare for the next day.
Kind of a hectic day because we had to drive all the way from Columbus, unload, unpack, and hit the track this evening. And so far the car feels pretty good. Because of the issues we had at Road Atlanta, I put a conservative tune in the car just to kind of make sure the problems are fixed and actually put some lap times down. So I'll go and look at the data, make sure everything's fine, and then we'll see what we can do tomorrow different.
How much is it a gallon? $10?
$9.99.
$9.99.
I get about 7 miles per gallon.
Next day already, and this morning we actually skipped the first session mainly because it was way too cold. It was about 50 degrees or so this morning. So Kevin, pretty much for safety reasons, didn't want to run for the first session. But for the second session, we got the car prepped, cameras mounted. Now I'm actually going to go exploring with a couple places that Kevin mentioned would be excellent for photography and videography. So I'm pretty excited to check those places out. The only catch is that this track is massive. So hopefully once I get the cameras recording in pit lane, I can make it out to one of these spots and get some really cool shots. All right guys, so I'm back in the paddock area. I actually just scoped out turns 5 and 6 just to see what kind of shots I can get. So I'm a little bit nervous because once I hit record on all the cameras in Kevin's car in the pits, I'm gonna have to really try my best to work my way there as fast as possible. And those are the 2 turns that I really want to try to get at first, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're back in the paddock area. We actually have the car cooling down right behind me. Now Kevin's extracting a couple pieces of data from the car to check in on the overall performance and the health of it. So let's get back and check in with him to see if he has any more insight on that. All right, Kevin, so you were telling me after the first session you had this like one magic lap. Can you like elaborate on that a little bit?
Getting used to these tires is, I think we're on our 3rd event with the Pirellis now, but they're great tires. But with the weather the way it is this weekend, it takes a little while to get them up to temperature, but the front comes in a little quicker than the rear. The front's heavier than the rear, so that makes sense. But by the time the rear is actually getting up to temp, the front is almost too hot. So I really only have 1 lap where the rear's hot enough to really grip, but the front's not so hot that I have a lot of understeer. So it's really trying to time that to where I can go out and get that lap in. So I wouldn't say it's a struggle, but it's trying to walk a pretty fine line, so that's pretty cool. Everything is looking like it's supposed to right now, so not really making any changes. I think we're already pretty much hitting what this car is capable of here, so I'm pretty happy with the results so far.
Are you excited for the track battles tomorrow? How do you think you compare to the competition?
I don't know. Honestly, there's so little details about how they're going to do it. I don't know who I'm going to be up against, so it's literally, I'll figure it out when we get there. All
right, so Kevin actually just showed me one of his favorite spots on track, right? You pretty much have this kind of picture that you have in your head where camera guy's kind of going through the trees.
It's kind of a classic photo every time there's like a big series here. Basically, it looks like they're hiding in the woods, and the picture of the car is just on the racetrack in the distance. So there's a lot going on at this track everywhere, but that particular section, there's long straightaways, big brake zone, fast turn and then some S's that you all kind of go through at once. So there's a lot going on there. So.
What would you say would be your fastest speed coming through here?
It's hard to say. I think over 140 miles an hour coming into the brake zone through there in the Gridlife trim. So it's, I don't know. I don't have a chance to look at the speed before I hit the brakes, but it's fast.
All right, so actually one of the GLTC races just started, so I just dropped Kevin off, but I'm gonna try to grab one of those photos that Kevin's been talking about. Get a little bit of practice in, so when Kevin comes around in the final time attack, I'll be primed and ready, so wish me luck, guys. Got a couple good photos down in that spot. Now I'm kind of heading down to the previous corner. Let's kind of see what I can do over here. I think I can get pretty close to the track. But yeah, it looks like I'm probably gonna head back over there at the top of the bleachers just to try to get a nice shot of Kevin coming down the straightaway, and then try to get a couple shots of him going up in the S's right in front of me over there. Wish me luck. Hope you guys are enjoying this little insight into how we do our videography here at ACUITY Instruments. Really, we're here to learn, here to improve, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the ride. Hey guys, so actually that last session was only 2-3 laps long. We had a car go off the track, which ended the session early. We do have the option to run another 2 laps, but we're actually going to skip that, mainly because Kevin's tires can't heat up possibly within those 2 laps in time for him to really get a time that was faster than he got before in the previous session. That being said, Kevin's all packed up for the day. We're pretty much just going to save it for tomorrow. Luigi's Restaurant. Kevin, what are you getting?
I'm trying to decide between the chicken parmesan and the Sicilian pasta platter.
What about you, Sharon?
Pasta.
I'm going to keep it simple and do like spaghetti and meatballs. Alright guys, so back at the Airbnb now. We're about 15 or 20 minutes away from the track, and of course right now I'm just kind of reviewing all the footage. We're going to call it here for the night. We got the time attack track battle tomorrow morning. We're going to figure out pretty much who we're going to be racing against, and it should be a pretty exciting morning. And I think that's probably going to wrap it up for the weekend, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, last day of racing. We're right now headed towards the driver's meeting, trying to figure out exactly who we're going to be up against, right Kevin?
Before that, we got to figure out exactly how this is going to work. So I hope they have a lot of information in this meeting. We're shooting from the hip right now.
Yeah. The way it's going to work, first full lap is a warm-up lap. About 45 seconds later, we'll send the second 2 cars. About 45 seconds later, we'll send the third 2 cars. After you round turn 5, you'll break the beam of the timing. That will start each of your gaps. We need about a 1 second gap between those cars or more, so 10 to 15 cars at least. Your goal, if you're in front, is to stretch that gap. Your goal, if you're in back, is to shrink it. There is no passing on the flyers. A lot of you have done brackets with us, but if you haven't, there's no passing on your race lap. And then you will get the passing flag at start-finish. The big straightaway will be your flip lap, and also cool down for a minute. You can run into turn 1 at a moderate pace. Don't go crazy. Keep the car in the back close to you. You'll establish the gap dropping towards turn 5. Dropping towards turn 5 again will be the start of your second battle. Same thing. Then you'll see a checker after you cross the bridge again. That's the start of your cool down. Exit at 5. Your goal is to be totally perfectly clean. 4 wheels off, DQ.
that pretty much wraps it up for today's races. Unfortunately, we weren't able to complete more than one bracket battle. We were facing off against a very high-powered C7 Corvette. It was really awesome to see Kevin keep up with the car in the corners, but unfortunately, once the straightaways hit, we had no chance. And I'm headed over to return my vest and the golf cart we rented for the weekend. Returned my golf cart and my media vest, waiting for Kevin and Sharon to actually finish loading up the car, and I believe they're actually coming through the tunnel relatively soon. Thought you guys weren't stopping.
We were like joking about it. We were like, what do we do if we... Here, I don't know if you need to say which
Oh
one.
my God, thank you so much. We just left Road America. I'm just wanting to ask Kevin, what are your final thoughts for the weekend and how did we do today?
Well, I mean, the weekend was good overall. We went super fast on Saturday, and the lap time was really impressive, and I'm pretty proud of that. And the car was running really good, so it was great to put a solid weekend behind us after kind of what we went through at Road Atlanta. So pretty happy with the weekend overall. Today with the bracket battles, it was kind of threw a new wrench into the game. We weren't really sure how that worked, so we figured it out pretty quick, and we actually got a kind of a bye into the first round because the car we were paired up with had an issue. But the second round was really interesting. We were paired up with a really fast Corvette, and we gave him everything that we could, but it wasn't quite enough. So he kind of put us on the trailer, as it were. But it was a ton of fun. The bracket battle is something completely different that I've never done before, but it was really entertaining. So glad we were able to do it.
Well, that pretty much wraps it up for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed following us throughout this Gridlife season. And with that being said, we'll all catch you guys in the next video. Catch you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.